I feel like in terms of upping the stakes with boxing, are you ever gonna fight Logan?
Man, I don't think so. Um, I really don't think we will fight.
That would be one of
I
the
th
most anticipated events.
that's the only reason why I think we maybe would is just because, like, we do everything that no one else does, right? Like, no other boxing brothers in history have fought. The Klitschko's, the Charlos, the list goes on, but we could be the first, idiots to just say
Do you
fuck it,
do you think
I think it'd be
Yeah.
better in MMA because in boxing, like, I would beat him pretty easily, and so I think if
You
we
think it won't even be close?
No, it
What would
be
he say to that?
I think he would probably agree, but I think he would think it would be closer. He would last, like, 2 rounds with me in boxing, maybe 3, but in MMA, I think he would actually have the advantage because
The wrestling?
he's really good at wrestling. And he can do, like, the splits, and so I'm pretty sure he could kick me in the head, like, he can kick highs.
Would your parents not like that?
No, they've always said no. They've always said, "If you do it, like, we're gonna disown you," type.
do they think it would impact your relationship together? Like if one of you wins, it's the other one is going to be maybe a little resentful over that.
For sure. For sure, but we've made it through worse, I think. I think diss tracks were worse than us fighting.
Really?
I
Yeah,
feel like if
But
one of
those I saw those and I was like, there's no way this is real.
that
Like,
was real. Those were real.
I agree. I was with Jag. I'm like, there's no way.
that's so funny. So we always, as an audience,
Yeah.
only ever had the wrong idea of what was going on.
I think so. I think so.
So
Yeah.
what was the realest moment? Like, did you see a notification on your phone? It was like diss track and you're like, oh no. And there's
Yeah,
no
watching
way.
it, I was just like this. Oh, fuck.
So they wouldn't. He wouldn't
He's
even
going
send it
hard.
to you first. Like no one would send it to you before it was posted.
No, we
live.
wouldn't even talk. We didn't even talk back then.
So that was the worst relationship that
The-
you had
Wow.
with Logan.
Yeah,
that
that was,
time?
like, the worst time for sure. But, I mean,
Was there a bar in that diss track or in any of the diss tracks that like really made you angry?
I think the thing that made me the most angry was, he said, do your investors know Team 10's not making any money? I was like, bro, fuck. I was like, bro, I'm working so hard on this company and it's just not working. I was like, that really hurt me. That really hurt
But
me.
how do you take that and then like diss it back to him? Like, do you ever feel like maybe you've crossed a line, or at that point it was like, oh yeah, he mentioned Team 10 House, let's go in with this.
I forget what happened after that, to be honest, but I think honestly, like, even though I was like, this is insane and like this is going viral, like everything at that point in time was like adding to the hype. So
was.
I just saw everything as like a net positive. I was like, this is great. Now I can go. I think I would like go then show up at his house and like then we pranked him and then my video got like 20 million views. So like I really didn't care, like we were on this rampage, but I think what people don't realize about Logan and I is that it's actually rooted in us wanting like freedom, and I think more so around like financial freedom for our families. And I think at the time we were just like, this is making money, and money is a tool. And people say like money doesn't buy happiness, and it buys freedom, which is like one of the number one things in the world that everyone is actually secretly striving for. And it buys you time to spend with loved ones and your family and being there for your kids. So it does buy you love and happiness and all of these things. And not buying you love in terms of like your partner, but like it buys you more time to create love and memories and moments with your family. So I think that's where we've been like hell bent and like super driven to make money. And I think that was really, especially then back in the day.
What keeps you going most now then? Is it still the pursuit of money? Is it like the pursuit to be the best boxer in the world?
No, number one right now is definitely becoming world champion in boxing. Um, and I think for me, I've always challenged myself with wanting to exit a company for $1 billion. Since I was a kid, I went to Silicon Valley when I was like 17 and fell in love with investing, startup world, creating the future, creating like a cutting edge company. And I was meeting all these billionaires when I was a young kid. And I was like, these guys are impressive, but I think I can do what they're doing. And so I think I still have those two goals, like one, become world champion, and two, exit $1 billion company. Not the financial part of it's great. Yeah. I love money. Everyone loves money. If you can't admit that, then you're a liar. But because of the intricacies and the challenge it takes to get there, it's like a real life game of Monopoly. And I think that's always just been a challenge for myself because there's only 3,000 billionaires in the world. And I want to challenge myself to see if I can play the game of life at the highest level.
How far away are you from hitting a billionaire status?
I'm far. Yeah, it's once you start working towards it, it's like way, way, way harder than you think. But and that's $1 billion liquid. Like if I looked at
Right,
my net worth, I'm not as far as I think. But having $1 billion liquid is like way different than having $1 billion net worth for sure. It's like two very, very different
Interesting. We were
things.
talking to Papa John. He got over $1 billion liquid.
Yeah.
He talks about just putting it in dividend stocks, earning 5%.
Yeah, you make $50 million
and
a year.
that's it.
That's $136,000 a day off of 5%. It's insane.
Is this how you break it down, like by the day in terms of income? Because I would do the same thing, and I put a time for every hour of the day. And then I would calculate, is this worth my time to do this certain thing, or like take an afternoon off? Because I would be losing out on that amount of money if I wasn't working.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think the focus is boxing, where I'm making the most amount of money, like liquid right now. So for me, it's more so just like framing it around like my fights and working towards a fight and trying to set up the biggest fights possible. But also, I'm fighting Chavez, June 28th. And that's not necessarily the biggest fight ever, but it's a challenging fight. He's a former world champion. And then the WBA and the WBC, which are the sanctioning bodies, are planning to rank me depending on how I do in the fight. And based off of that ranking, I'll then be able to go fight for a world championship.
What about fighting Canelo?
Yeah, it almost happened. I mean, we were on the 1 yard line, letter of intent signed, and then his other business deal, he had a 3-fight deal that he signed, but he was able to fight one time before that. And once these people figured out that he was going to fight me before his 3-fight deal, they threatened to pool his 3-fight deal, which was like $300 million. So of course he was like, I can't fight you.
Why would they pull? I feel like it would be good.
They don't want him to fight me because I have people who dislike me in the sport who don't want to see me succeed and win and be the biggest name in the sport.
How much do you think you would have won in that fight?
Like how much would I have made?
Yeah.
Like 100 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you get more or less if you win or lose, or does it not matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Some like very rarely in the sport do you ever see that. It's very rare.
This might be a stupid question, but can close friends and family bet on you to win? Like direct friends and family, or is that not allowed? I'm just curious.
They can. I just am not allowed to know about it.
Okay.
So that like rule changed, I think, like last year. Like 3 years ago, that they could bet on me and I could know about it. And then for some reason, like a year ago, I think they changed the rules where I can't know about it or something.
Can you bet on yourself?
I can bet on myself.
Do you?
I was gonna bet against Canelo. I was gonna bet like 2 million on myself.
Did you bet against yourself on the Tyson fight?
Did I bet on myself?
on yourself.
No. For just because of the odds, like it really like wasn't worth it because I was the favorite. But with Canelo, I would have been probably like a plus 1,000 underdog. So whatever the math on that is, if I would have bet 2 mil, I probably would have made like, I think the math's like 20 or something like that.
So I'm just curious to wrap up because everyone wants to know like the Jake and the Logan fight. Who do you think wants it less then? Like what's the main obstacle? And how much do you think it would make?
I think if Logan and I fought, we'd probably both make like 70 to 100 mil. But
it would break records.
Yeah, I think so. Who wants it less? I would say we both really don't care right now.
Okay.
Yeah. He's so focused on WWE, and I have like 7 people on a list waiting to fight me. And there's plenty of other ways to make big moments and do big things than fighting my brother.
Now, this clip was brought to you by our sponsor, Opus Clip. Most people think Opus Clip is just a clipping tool, but it's way more than that.
It's actually a full-on AI video editor. It can pull your long-form content, find the best moments, add captions, B-roll, and even schedule your clips to post all automatically. It's basically your entire post-production team, but way faster and smarter.
We use it ourselves to turn long episodes like this with Jake Paul into high-performing clips. And right now, they're celebrating their 2-year anniversary with a huge giveaway. They're handing out $5,000 in cash prizes, exclusive swag, and even a MacBook Pro to one lucky winner.
And everyone who joins gets free credits just for participating. All you gotta do is head to opus.pro/clip-the-future right now to learn more and enter the contest. Again, that is opus.pro/clip-the-future. We also have a link down below in the description. You can just click it there. Huge thanks to Opus Clip for sponsoring this clip.